Good morning, everybody. Shift your mindset here from the Garden of Eden, from Paradise, South Africa. No, I'm kidding. Today's episode, guys, I will talking about disfellowshipping. And now it's called removing, thanks to the government of Norway months ago. And now you're getting removed. A little bit of backstory. You get disfellowshipped or disassociated if you do it yourself by writing a letter, for example, or you're getting disfellowshipped for worldly sins. You have two tiers. One tier is the person that wants to go back. The other tier is the one who is not repentant and is disfellowshipped and never returns to the organization. The first tier is now being removed instead of disfellowshipped. So the change is the word. The old light, in the old days, in my days, it was if you're being disfellowshipped for fornication, you have a girlfriend and you jump on your girlfriend, then you get to sit on the back row for at least a year. Then you can write a letter to the judicial committee for being reinstated. They're gonna review you. If you're getting reinstated, it's said from the podium that you're being reinstated. Then you get love bombed again, and then you're part of the community again, and maybe you are for a month or 2 months, you're not allowed to do certain things till you're healthy enough and you'll be fully reinstated. If you're being disfellowshipped and you are not repentant, then your journey ends there. Sometimes they contact you if you want to come back. But in the last years, they don't do it anymore, I believe. Now they made some changes to this removing or the disfellowshipping policy. Like you already know, I think. Now if someone is removed permanently like me, then you are being apostate. If you are against the organization, like me doing now with this YouTube video. If you are in the first tier, you are removed. You're announced in the Kingdom Hall meeting that you are removed. If you want to come back, you go to the Kingdom Hall meetings, and the new light is now that people can say a little hello to you in the Kingdom Hall. It's not about a social conversation. That's not allowed. But you're allowed to greet or hello, I'm glad you're here. And outside of the congregation, you're allowed to send someone a text to bring them back to the meeting, to invite him or her to the meeting. But still the same, no social contact. And as you know, getting both tiers, you are persona non grata for the congregation. They are allowed to speak a little bit to you, but that's it. No, hey, want to grab a bite? Or hey, do you want to go to the movie? Etc. The consequences of being disfellowshipped or disassociated, when you send a letter, for example, is that you get shunned by everybody. The worst thing people can experience is getting excluded from a social network they have and they build on. The problem is, as a JW, for the guys who are watching now and aren't raised in the JW religion, the JW religion is very strict in with who you interact and are friends with. So 99.9% of all the JWs who get disfellowshipped are not having a worldly social network. It's only JWs who are their friends, who are their family, who they go on vacation, to the movie, etc. The whole social structure is only JWs. So if you leave, and you can leave and being removed or disfellowshipped like it was for minor things. If you have questions about the teachings, you're already going to the apostate state for the elders. If I say, hey, the blood transfusion, I don't get it, guys, because I know in the Bible said don't eat meat with blood in it. How is that related to getting a blood transfusion? We have that technology now, but in those days there wasn't anything about a blood transfusion. How could the apostles talk about blood transfusion like how we know it today? It's about meat with blood in it. Don't eat it. That's a different thing for that whole blood transfusion thing. If I ask questions about 1975 and the false predictions of the Watchtower, you have to watch out, because you are already on your way to the back door of the Jehovah's Witnesses. So it's easy to get disfellowshipped or disassociated. It's easy. Minor things already can lead to that problem. But shunning is the worst thing you can do to a fellow human being. I'd rather die than getting shunned. For me, it's no deal breaker, because I'm not afraid to die at all. But being dead is easier than getting shunned. Why? Dead is one time. Maybe you don't feel anything, but shunned is for the rest of your life. And it's not a human thing. And that's why you can see that the organization is no good on this point. Because getting shunned is not natural. My father and my mother changed my diapers, learned me how to walk. My dad teach me how to ride the bicycle. They are going on vacation with us. They are putting us in school. They taking us to the woods to enjoy nature. And those people are now shunning their child like he even didn't exist at all. Because that's what's going on. You don't exist anymore. And that can lead to depression, that can lead to suicide. That are really, really severe things, bad things that you put someone to. So, when you, like me, I was raised in a religion. I was baptized, and I never was thinking about leaving the organization, because everything was good. It's all you know. I didn't know about the things in the world. I didn't know about what you can do without religion. So you're never thinking of leaving. And when I was leaving, I told my parents that I'm gonna be disfellowshipped. My mother was crying, my father was angry with me, but it was a feeling I had to do. It was a decision I had to make for my own mental health, for my own personal growth. I had to do it. And how beautiful it would be if someone said to you, I'm not okay with it, but I respect your decision. It's like a child who does something, and his dad said, I'm not okay with it, but you have to learn it your own way. Just do it and we'll see. And after I left, after the announcement, 1 minute after the meeting, I already saw my WhatsApp list going dark. No pictures anymore, they blocked me. No one was asking me, Sven, can I do something for you? Or do you want to come back? Or hey guy, I miss you. Or friend, oh, I'm so sad about this. I was crying all night or whatever. Nothing. And that's the weird thing about this organization. Because the depth of pain we put each other through has nothing to do with God is love, whatever. Who was it? Peter, who betrayed Jesus. How long was he disfellowshipped? I think for a few days. Then he was back in the gang, back in the saddle. And he got even more privileges from Jesus than he had before. So this whole thing is having such a big impact on people that I understand how difficult it is for you guys, if you are disfellowshipped or removed by the congregation, to pick yourself up and to see light at the end of the tunnel. Because it's heavy where you were put through by other people. And I say people every time, because the governing body is also people. Elders are people. And it's mind-boggling how other people just force the rule on other people down the line. Without thinking, without questioning, without hesitation, without nothing. And it's crazy because we are all victims of victims. My parents experienced things from their parents. I experienced things from my parents. It's called conditioning. You take it with you to the next generation. Till someone breaks that cycle and think, I'm gonna work on this because I see it as a pattern in our family and I'm gonna stop this, and then you resolve it for the next generation. But how can it be? I have no child, but if I have a child and I change his diaper and I see him or her smiling at me before I put her in bed, I see even the mess they're making, it doesn't matter because you're loving that child even maybe more than you love yourself. And how is it possible that an organization gets 8.5 million people on that point that they just shun other people and wrap it in a package of Jehovah does this from love? Do you know what love is? Love is having me and my dad sit next to each other, maybe with a beer, and talk about life, talk about subjects in life. And he can defend his subjects, and I can stand by my opinions and my belief. And that we respect each other's belief. And the funny thing is, I heard from a lot of people that there are differences in congregations now regarding to removing. Because people who are coming into the Kingdom Hall, you are allowed to greet them and say, hey, I'm happy you're here. But no social interaction, but just a short hello and stuff like that. You're also allowed to text them to invite them for the meeting. But what I hear from a lot of people firsthand is that if you go to the Kingdom Hall, you're greeted, and even if you say I'm disfellowshipped because you came back after a few years and there are new people, even if you say you're disfellowshipped, they're talking more with you than they are allowed to. How is work? How is this? How is that? They want to know things, someone to gossip about you. But I think in the end, Jehovah's Witnesses are also people. And they're also feeling deep down inside that something is wrong. And you have that feeling that something is wrong. So what I hear a lot is that people are just having social conversations with people who are removed. Also outside of the religion, they're now checking up on them. How are you doing? And stuff like that. Not only inviting them to the Kingdom Hall, but also social conversations. And that brings me to my conclusion, and I think it's the right one, that Jehovah's Witnesses are also people who are longing for love. Because they are not bad people. They have a bad governing body telling them what to do and how to do it. They are judge, jury, executioner, prison warden. They are everything in one religion. But I see people are so happy that those changes are made. And of course we can do another video on how they're swallowing all the changes like it's nothing. They don't think about it. But this one, is it a step in the right direction? I think yes, for the Jehovah's Witness religion. I think it's a step in the right direction. But as I said before, it's still a mile off. Because you don't know what you're putting all those people through for nothing who are leaving the organization. They're walking around with depression. They're walking around with feelings of guilt, feelings of fear, feelings of anxiety, maybe feelings to commit suicide. It's bad, people. It's bad. And it's unnecessary. Because when I'm leaving the religion, it's okay. When I'm leaving soccer, how do you call it? If I'm playing soccer and I quit, I'm not longer welcome on the field of that team anymore. But that's fine. But I can still socially interact with all the players of the team during the weekends, during the evenings, on school, wherever I go. I can have a beer with them, I can do anything with them. I only can't play soccer with them in that team. And that should be the same with the Jehovah's Witnesses. Ban me from the Kingdom Hall, I don't care. But I can socially interact with my parents. I can socially interact with friends if I want to. I can grab a beer, I can go to the movie with them. No hard feelings. You just take a different path in life. And you just don't have one thing anymore in common. And that's believing in the JW religion. Or maybe only in the organization. Because if you criticize 1975, or you criticize 1914, or you criticize the blood transfusion, you're already going to the back door of the congregation hall. You are almost out and you are labeled as an apostate. So my conclusion is, it should be good to soften the rules even more. If you are a disfellowship person or a removed person, I feel sorry for you. I just want to tell you that. I feel sorry that you and me and other people have to go through this process. It's an unnecessary process, in my opinion. If you are JW and you are still in the organization, I'm sorry for you too, that you had to disfellowship and shun your brother, your mother, your son, your father, your daughter, whoever it was. I feel sorry for you too. And I hope we can live together in peace, in harmony, and spread the real love we can spread out to the world. And that's unconditional love. What we talked about now for 20 minutes is conditional love. Because we are forced to give up our relationship with other people just because of man-made rules. And no one should experience such a thing. Thank you guys for watching. See each other on the next episode. Have a safe day, have a great day, and enjoy your day to the fullest. Thank you.